Hey, kids, and welcome to our podcast.
We're just two girls just talking about being bros.
Honestly. I thought I had to sneeze, so I was gonna go under. I swear that wasn't a mental lag. That was literally like my nose was like.
I was like, am I supposed to say the next part? What's going on?
Where did we stop at? New Week, New Us?
No, we didn't say that.
Oh, no
New
way.
Week, New Us.
Oh, look who wants to steal the spotlight. Judas.
I'm back.
Hey guys, it's Roxanne and Judas.
Yeah.
Could you imagine? That'd be good merch.
I don't know. Yeah.
So then people think it's the Lady Gaga song.
Yeah. That's not the first place where I'm
really?
When you say Judas.
Judas.
It is now you remind me of it, but like if you ask me like the word association, we should do that. Word association, word association game. That would have never, ever came up in my head.
That's embarrassing. She hates Gaga. Make this a title. Hating Gaga.
I do not hate Lady Gaga. She had some bops.
Oh my gosh.
Whoa. Speaking of this, I had a flash forward, or I just thought about my future. In a moment,
for a second, I thought about how did I close? Why am I the Hulk when I close it, but then you when I open it?
Yeah.
Oh, I got it.
But I literally thought about that, and I'm like, one day when I'm like in the future and I'm living on my own, I just can't buy any jars, because there will be no way for me to open them. I physically like a salsa or pasta.
Are you asking me to move in with you?
Yeah.
Cute. Relationship goals. Yeah.
Just so I have someone to open my cans and jars.
Or we'll be neighbors.
Yes, because literally, I don't know. Like, there must be some kind of tool.
Are you planning to just live by yourself for the rest of your life?
Oh, yeah.
But you wouldn't want me to live with you?
Oh yeah, if you're down for the rest of your life.
For the rest of my what a commit. Okay, guys, at 22, we're saying me and Victory. Well, Victory's 21.
Yeah.
We're living together for the rest of our lives.
Yeah. But I was thinking about that, and I was like, if I'm ever like on my own, I literally like cannot open it. Like I tried so hard to open. I think it was a salsa the other day. Could not do it, and I tried all the techniques like the banging, the.
Did you try it under warm water?
No. But I don't know if that would have helped me that much.
No, yeah, because it does.
Yeah, I'll try that technique.
Because that physically loosens the thing, so it doesn't make you stronger in any way, shape, or form.
But okay, I'll try it, because I literally physically couldn't, and I just was like, this.
You gotta use the knife. Okay, if it's like a freshly sealed, so it's like, let's say it's never been opened.
Yeah.
Then you poke a knife under it. You just have to you have to get at it, pop the air, so then it becomes easier to unscrew. Or you you run the lid under hot water, and then it becomes larger. Physics expansion. And then, boop, boop.
Oh my god,
easy.
That's like a 30-minute process.
Yeah. No. You're not boiling water. It's just run under hot tap water.
You don't know me.
Well, I guess you'll never be able to cook for yourself, so you won't need sauce anymore.
I mean, you're not entirely wrong.
Who's gonna open your jar of peanut butter when it's time for making dinner?
Oh, the peanut butter is plastic, so it
guys,
Okay, yeah, we have to. Okay, yeah, we're talking about this.
Look who's so angry all of a sudden.
I'm gonna put this on a poll on Instagram.
You're gonna lose.
I didn't think this was weird. Roxanne's coming over and she's like, oh, like, do you want me to eat? Because my family really eats early, which, again, I didn't even notice that was, like, a weird thing to do, but apparently we eat really early.
Yeah.
Like, we usually eat around, like, 4:35 to BH supper. Which it's not the best, because I'm always hungry later, and then I binge eat, but anyways. So, she asked, like, do I need to eat supper? And then I was like, I won't eat before then, so it means, like, something will need to be made in that time. And then I was like, worst comes to worst, we'll just have peanut butter. And then she was like, peanut butter? And I was like,
and she said, she specified sandwiches. I understood that we weren't just scooping peanut butter out of the jar.
I thought that's what when you said that, I was like, no, sandwiches. Because I was like, why is she questioning this?
Guys, peanut butter jelly sandwich is not dinner.
Yes, it can be.
On its own? Are you eating other things with it?
No.
That's not enough to sustain me. I would have to eat 7 sandwiches.
Really? I don't think that's weird. I think that's totally normal. Like, if for like obviously not ideal, but like if you're running out of time, you get your protein, your fibers, your sugar. Like,
who's being called? I forgot. I was like, where's your phone?
No, it would be on my laptop.
So then what was that noise?
I didn't hear anything. Guys, my basement's haunted. Hello everyone, this is Editing Victory. So turns out Roxanne was right and I did receive a phone call. And my basement isn't haunted to my knowledge. But to be fair, it didn't connect to my laptop. So I didn't think it was a phone call. I also didn't hear anything. But we should have listened to Roxanne and checked because I did receive a FaceTime from my grandmother, which in turn shut off the camera. So unfortunately, we have no more video for this podcast episode. If you want to continue listening on YouTube, go for it. It's just going to be an auditory podcast, but we are also available on all your favorite podcast apps, including Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or you can go to our Anchor profile and I'll link you to a bunch of our podcast platforms that were on there. But super sorry to Roxanne. I should have listened to you and we should have checked the camera, but at least now we know. And I'm sorry that there'll be no more video podcasts for this week, but maybe we'll make sure we have it for the next one. So enjoy the rest of the podcast. It's a really good episode. You don't want to miss it, even though there's no video. So hope you enjoy.
Did you not hear that buzzing?
Not really.
Okay, you have to play this back. And
Okay.
Was I tripping?
Stay tuned if we're getting live haunted.
Okay, that was really weird. But what were we talking about?
Peanut butter sandwiches.
Yeah.
Is so weird?
That's so weird. I would have to eat like 17 of them to be sustain myself. Dinner's like a big meal. It's the last meal. It's the last meal you're gonna eat, and you're gonna stuff me with peanut butter jelly sandwiches?
Why not?
Like,
it's just so tasty, and it literally has the protein and your fiber, and it has like everything in one. It's easy. Well, minus fruit and vegetables, but
jelly.
Exactly. But I didn't think it was weird. I
Yeah.
remember a couple podcasts back, a way long podcast back, I talked about how one day my family was having a barbecue and then I was like, I'll have a peanut butter sandwich instead. And then everyone was like, that's weird. And I was like, okay, I can understand why that's weird. But
How is that different?
Because it's like a BBQ. It's this full of blown BBQ and everyone's eating their sausages and hamburgers and I'm there with my peanut butter sandwich. That's weird.
Anything you eat that isn't what's being grilled is weird.
Yeah.
You're aware of that. The peanut butter jelly sandwich is weird because why are you eating that for dinner? And nothing else with it. If you said like when you first said peanut butter jelly sandwich, I was like, okay, I guess it's fine. Like I'm not gonna be like, okay, can we get something else? Because that's weird. Like you have to eat something else with it.
Like a carrot?
Actually, yeah, the most balanced meal I've ever heard is a peanut butter jelly sandwich and one single carrot. Like, what do you eat? How do you know, like, oh my gosh. Like, even if I have, like, soup for dinner, I have to have at least, like, 2 bowls, but spaced out. So, like, I'll eat 1 bowl, I'll get full, but 13 seconds later, I'm hungry again, so I go for another bowl of soup. There's no way I'm eating one sandwich and not eating anything ever again. You're crazy.
Fair, but I also have, like, my stomach size is so small. Like, I cannot eat that much.
Well, you can
I get stuffed easily. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, I get full fast.
I don't know about that. I don't know if peanut butter jelly sandwich could physically... No.
I don't think I'd be, like, full to the brim, but I'd be sustained. Like, for me, a meal is enough to sustain you till the next time we eat, you know?
Not a peanut butter jelly sandwich for dinner, man.
A
Not a peanut butter jelly sandwich for dinner.
Fine. I'll put a poll on Instagram. And is it weird to have just a peanut butter jelly sandwich for supper?
Yeah, 100%. My money.
I think I'm gonna lose, but I'm just saying it's not like bad if you're.
Have you won a single poll that you put up? No.
No,
I'm just saying.
We were defeated in the cold water versus room temp.
Yeah, no.
Poll. That is.
No, that's void. That's unacceptable.
I was shocked. I went and saw the percentage and I was like, oh, we won for sure. Then I read it and it was like, people prefer room temp water? Ridiculous.
No, disgusting. Unfollow us.
Absolutely.
Please don't.
Uncalled for.
Yeah. Oh yeah, speaking of which, follow us on Instagram
Yes.
for our great polls. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and then obviously, and then YouTube at 2GirlsBeingBros.
Yes, please subscribe. Hopefully
we're so
close to 100.
Or
Hopefully
not,
when this comes out, we're at 100. I think we jinxed ourselves.
You jinxed
Because we were
jinxed
on
us.
like a
Oh,
incline.
we. Oh, it's so convenient. So convenient to lump me under that bus with you.
We were on such an incline, like, getting so much a day, and then it just kind of stopped.
Yeah.
Right around, like, 95. Like, we're so close. But
yeah.
Stay tuned. Please subscribe for great content. We have some great stuff coming up. Roxanne's Beauty Salute. Why did I, like, was... Roxanne.
Are you okay?
I was like, is that the title? Of course it is.
Yeah,
Roxanne's Beauty Salute episode 2 just dropped last Thursday.
Yeah.
So hopefully
check it out if you haven't already. It's a bop of a time. I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know if it's better than the first one or not, but
I say
it's just as good.
You can't get any worse.
Just take a baseball bat next time and beat me up with it.
That's not what I meant. I meant, like, it's already good enough quality. It's, like, so good of quality.
You can't get lower than Roxanne's Beauty Saloon, part 1. She's the lowest of the low.
That's not what I meant, but
literally
that came
a
out
Judas.
wrong.
You just come on here and just slander me constantly.
Yeah.
Jeez. You guys don't see the other side. The other side of her. See, some people claim she's shy in public. Mm-hmm. Some people say she's talkative here. But I'm the only one who sees her when she's alone. She's alone and no one's watching. like literally, I asked her to pass me her charger, and she goes out of her way to plug it in. Which is, I could have done that. But she doesn't physically ever pass me the charger.
Yeah, I didn't hand it in her fingers. I'm sorry, Roxanne.
No, but you could have passed me the whole thing, and I could have.
Sorry, I didn't know that this couch was just at such a high level that you couldn't literally bend maybe at a 5-degree angle, or no.
But then why are you plugging it in for me? You have to pass it. If you passed the whole thing into my hand, I could have plugged it in and easily plugged it into my computer.
Yeah.
But she took the bottom end, threw it on the floor, said, "Screw you, Roxanne." And then took it in and plugged it in, and she wanted me to bend over, pick it up, sit myself back down to properly plug it in. And then the second I was like, "Could you pass it to me?" She was like, yeah. You want me to plug it in for you too? And I was like, holy smokes. Who is she? Who's this girl? I don't know her.
That's fair. But speaking about Holy Smokes, so I think we mentioned it last podcast how when you saw the Maroon 5 release a song you didn't know about it, you said, Holy smokes out loud. Yeah, well, guess who hasn't stopped saying Holy Smokes since that podcast? Do you
hear the way she speaks about me?
Mm-hmm.
2 minutes ago you asked me to move in with you, and then all of a sudden you... Guess who hasn't stopped saying Holy Smokes since the last podcast? Sorry I'm such a burden on your life. I'm sorry.
No, I'm actually a fan of it. This is finally one of her good things. I'm kidding.
Says the one who uses poo-poo garbage all the time.
I know. I'm going to start saying Holy Smokes soon. Yeah. Just a matter of time.
Just a matter of time, guys. But yeah, Holy Smokes, I say it all the time now. I don't know why. It's fun to say. Mm-hmm. Like, really. Like, just be like, Holy Smokes. There's so many different ways to say, Holy Smokes. Holy Smokes. Holy Smokes. See? It's
versatile.
It's so versatile.
For every emotion.
Literally. And I figured, I was like, guys, let me know if you guys want Holy Smokes merch. Just putting that out there.
For our pending merch line.
Yeah.
Maybe 2022.
Why are you saying like you don't believe that I can make merch? See,
I'm not saying you can believe it.
Doubt?
I'm just saying we can't give them too much of false hope for when this is coming out. Depends on you. Subscribe.
All it takes is one comment to say I want Holy Smokes merch and...
Yeah, and a little bit of funds.
Take off.
You know, other than that.
Like,
we can do something with our hands. We'll get some fabrics.
Yeah, exactly.
Just go to town.
Making merch from scratch, like cotton. Yeah, growing the cotton, spinning the cotton, sewing.
Getting the sheep.
Shirt.
Sheep. It starts with the sheep, Roxanne.
That's wool.
Wait, then what animal?
It starts with a sheep, Roxanne.
Oh, that's right. Cotton is grown on fields. In fields.
It's
on
a plant.
Plants. That's what I meant.
On plants.
On plants.
Yeah, and then you have to somehow weave it so that it makes a material.
Yeah.
And then you take that material and then you cut it and then you sew it into a shirt and then you embroider Holy Smokes into it.
Yeah. Just like that. Stay tuned for a video.
Start with a sheep.
Oh, I forgot that was wool.
Yeah, clearly. It starts with a sheep, Rox. Did you guys hear it? We need to see someone about this. She's been very, very talkative But yeah, holy smokes. Iconic saying. I say it all the time now, so stay tuned. I do say it all the time.
You do. But it's like, it's not bad. Like, I was joking. I was being a prankster.
Sure. And then later, the second the cameras turn off and the microphones are stop recording,
we don't speak.
I was gonna say you just make fun of me for saying holy smokes, but I mean, I see where your mind's going.
It's one or the other. That guy's behind the scenes crazy.
Behind the scenes is crazy, bro. But for real though.
Yeah,
we're actually hilarious.
Literally, maybe we need someone. Okay, if you think we're funny, comment down below, because like we think we're hilarious, and that might be an issue, you know. Like sometimes I think about that. I'm like, yeah, we're so funny, but like, are we really, or is it just, do we just tell ourselves that? Like, is it just a facade that we've been playing for like 10 years that we're funny? Like,
first of all, I'm period punny. I'm funny, period. Mm-hmm. I don't know about you. I'm kidding. No, you're funny.
You know what I mean?
We're hilarious.
Oh yeah.
I
agree.
I just don't think the people who share our humor have found us yet.
That's true.
But soon.
Hopefully soon.
We have soon.
Find us.
I think we're funny.
I do.
People always find us entertaining.
It's like we have a specific sense of humor, but I think it
works.
There's a good chunk of people who would find it funny. Oh, someone's sneezing. Sound like literally someone just got stabbed. But moving on. Before we move on to anything, and before you penalize me for that,
penalize me to deduct marks. You're gonna get a B instead of an A+.
Yeah, she grades. She wants to become a teacher, so and for practice, she grades my performance after every podcast. Can you imagine?
Could you imagine if we started
just
doing that?
Pronunciation B-.
You
Content, overall content A.
Intonation lacking a little punch, you know? Could you imagine?
Oh, we should do that. It's kind of fun.
Rating each other.
Yeah. Rating each other, yeah.
That can only end so well.
Before we get into it, let's do our song of the week. Get into it. We're like 15 minutes.
Literally.
Our song of the week. So go check out our playlist on Spotify. We've been adding our songs of the week since March, so it's getting nice and big. It's getting hefty now, which is very nice.
Yeah.
So, do you want to go first or I?
You can go first, but there's something I wanted to say. I can't remember now.
Okay. So my song of the week is Blueberry Eyes by Max, and then featuring Suga from BTS again. Sorry, I listen to a lot of BTS, but this is Max, so it's different. The style is not what you'd expect that I'd like, but I think it's, I just been listening to it on repeat. It's just one of those songs, you know?
Okay, you have to play it for me.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's Mr. Right Now, featuring Drake. It's by 21 Savage and Metro Boomin. I think, yeah, that's the 21 Savage. Yeah. It's kind of a bop. I don't know. I like the backing music. It's kind of fun.
Oh, I was playing because Roxanne added that to my playlist without my permission, but I didn't mind it anyways.
Without my permission, guys, I literally texted her to download it so that we could listen to it.
And
Judas.
It came on in the car, and Augustus was like, "Who put this on the playlist?" And I was like, "Well, it was Roxanne, so you gained some credibility points."
Thanks. So you liked it?
Yeah.
Okay, you made it sound like you didn't like it.
But when we were driving, I remembered and it got confirmed because I actually got a TikTok about this, and I was actually kind of scared because TikTok is listening to our conversations.
Always.
But so I was like, wasn't 21 Savage the guy who was like exposed for being actually British, but he was pretending to be American, and he is. So I got a TikTok confirming it, and I was kind of scared that I got that TikTok, but I was also like, thank God. But I don't remember the end of it. But
no, he's a British
citizen, and it was like he lived there for a long time.
Oh, right, yeah,
right.
Pretend to be American. I understand. Yeah, that makes sense.
And I was like, wild.
That's weird.
I remember that was a whole like.
That's so
shebang.
Weird. You know, like why? Why?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me. But how did no one notice? Does he not have an accent?
I guess no, not really.
So guys, speaking. Okay, so here's the thing. I try really hard to not comment on how many things Rachel gets wrong. Just per day. Like, there's so many things that I let slide. Like, don't worry, I notice.
Mm-hmm.
I let it slide.
Thank you.
But one thing, I think, I see, there's a few, I think the number one was you thinking that there's only humans and cows. Like, those are the only mammals. I think that was, I think, no, I don't,
there's some context to that.
I don't think anything can ever top that. But this, I might just come right below it. So we're celebrating Halloween together with Nadia, shout out.
Mm-hmm.
and we were deciding on watching a movie, so we went on Netflix. Sponsor us if you want to.
Yeah.
So we were on Netflix and we're looking through it, and it was like I think like top movies or like iconic films. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then so one of the movies was Titanic, and Victory says, "Oh wow, they made a documentary on the Titanic." And mind you, for a split second, I didn't see that Titanic was up. For a split second, I thought it was a documentary on Titanic that she was talking about. Because who wouldn't know the iconic film by...
Yeah.
The only name that comes to my mind is Johnny Depp, but I know it's not. What's his name? Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Blanchett? Winslet. That's the one. Kate Winslet.
It's like I watched it.
Like, I've only seen it once or whatever, like years ago, but I still know about it. And she literally thought it was a documentary on the Titanic.
I know Titanic exists, but I never looked at what's it called, the movie poster is, so I was just like, oh, it's a documentary on Titanic.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, if we lose more followers because of that, that's on you yet again.
That's fair. But I've never seen the Titanic. Is that weird? Or is that like
yeah, it's pretty
rare?
strange.
I'm gonna put a poll on that too. As who has seen the Titanic?
You're gonna lose. Like,
I feel like there's people. Do you
like enjoy
me.
Losing or something?
I have faith that there's people out there who have not watched the Titanic.
Obviously now not millennials. Gosh,
well, okay,
Gen Z.
The one below. Yeah, we're Gen Z. So
what's the next one?
Then they don't think there's.
No, we're Gen X. They're Gen Z.
No, we've been through this. We're Gen Z. Gen X is the one before millennials. It's like boomers, Gen X, millennials, Gen Z.
I understand.
And
whatever.
Then
the younger folk, they obviously haven't seen it because, I think it's just far beyond their time because, like, it was still, like, slightly beyond our... before we were born.
Yeah.
But we still watch it because it's, like, it's an iconic film. Everyone knows about it. It's freaking referenced all the time. Yeah. Freaking Celine Dion. That's all I have to say. I don't even have to say anything about her.
Wherever you are. I know that much.
Celine Dion, if you're watching this, I'm so sorry. Because Celine Dion's... You never know.
You never know.
I have to make sure that just in case if she's listening, we apologize appropriately.
I'm sorry.
I apologize.
Respect.
Mad respect. But yeah, so I just can't believe she did that. But also that night was kind of crazy.
That night was...
Oh my gosh. So before we talk about anything, I think the one thing that I want to talk about that night was... So Victory hasn't seen Shrek, right?
Oh, yeah.
So, like, we just, like, it kept popping up, like, an
literally.
option. And literally, it was kind of a strong option, because we wanted to show her Shrek for such a long time. We were like, well, maybe it's the night. Mm-hmm. And then, like, at the end of the night, Nadia was like, yeah, I'm gonna watch. And Victory, without missing a beat, was like, Shrek.
You never know. You guys like those movies.
No, I have never watched Shrek. I lied straight to your face.
I know you did.
It was during exam season, but that was only because I hadn't seen Shrek 2 and Shrek 3 in such a long time. And I have not seen Shrek in years. I think I may have only watched it once. Like the first Shrek. Because Shrek 2 blows Shrek 1 out of the water, but you need the context of Shrek. You can't have Shrek 2 without Shrek. And I remember Shrek enough to be able to enjoy Shrek 2. But just like no one's just tucking themselves to bed and saying, you know what I want to watch right before bed? Shrek. But yeah,
I'm pretty sure I've maybe seen it like way back when, but like it didn't, leave an impression on me.
Shrek, if you're watching this, I'm sorry.
Oh my god, yeah, that whole night was it was something. I don't even know how to, like, so many things. First of all, we spent an hour trying to decide on what movie to watch, because I think we're all very indecisive people. You're the most out of the three of us. Like, decisive? No, decisive.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, I was like, hello?
But then both me and Nadia being so indecisive, it's like, we're, like, overpowering the decisive. So it just went on for an hour. We were searching
and, like, we kind of figured out, like, one movie, and then Victor's like, oh, I don't know if I can get through a 2-hour movie. So then we decided to try to find something shorter.
That was Enola Holmes.
Yeah.
So we ended up watching Enola Holmes, but it took us an hour. We started with Enola Holmes, and then we went, everywhere, and then finally ended back there. But in that realm, I think we started we were going through different genres, and then all the genres we were talking about movies all together. And then I don't remember how it started, but we started talking about crying at movies somehow, some way.
Nadia said she cried at a movie, like
one of the options.
Something that popped up, and I was like, because I'm not a crier. Like we've been over this. I don't cry at movies. I don't know. Very rarely do I cry at movies.
Yeah, and then I was like, oh, for me it's like animal movies, specifically horse films.
Guys,
which
I
apparently is weird.
I've known this girl. How long has it been?
Like
years,
yeah.
Pretty much our entire lives. I never knew that first, and then she starts. Oh, it was Paddington Bear.
Oh yeah, Paddington Bear.
Paddington Bear.
Yeah, me and Nadia both.
You guys were like,
cried at that, and then
Paddington
Nadia
Bear.
was like, "Oh, I'll definitely cry," and I was like, "Yeah, you will."
She said it too. She said she cried. She said she
okay,
cried.
then we both said we cried. But
yeah.
Then I was like, "Did you see Winnie the Pooh?" I'm like, "Yo, cry at that one too."
Yeah. Weird, but anyways, she starts listing weird old horse movies that she's cried at.
National Velvet, Black Velvet, that National Velvet. No, National Velvet's one, because I thought it was Red Velvet, but it's National Velvet, Black Betty or Black Beauty, something like that. Oh my god.
But no, she just, and I've known her for so long, and we've been such close friends for so long. And this was the first time hearing about her being a horse girl. So it was kind of funny just the entire time, because Enola Holmes is like an older movie kind of thing. So like there's horse carriages or whatever, so there's more horses than the average film.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just so funny because every time a horse popped up, I'd be like, "Oh, Victor, you like that? You like that horse?" So
now,
that gonna make you cry?
Every time we see a horse, it's now, am I
She's
gonna
the horse
burst
girl.
out in tears?
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
It could be.
I don't know. I watched a lot of horse movies. I don't know why. Maybe my mom likes them, and then that's why we had those DVDs. But I have such a vivid memory about like one of the few times I think I had the flu. One of the 3 times I had the flu. I stayed home from school and I watched National Velvet and I cried on the couch and I was like, "That's so sick." And I think I actually fell asleep during that movie, and it was like the first time I ever like napped in my life, and it was just a fever dream. It was really weird, but I have such a vivid memory of watching National Velvet. But yeah, so animal movies really get to me. Particular horse movies, for some reason, the waterworks. Oh, my jaw just snapped.
That's just like, first of all, crying at a movie.
Oh yeah, I was gonna be like,
seems out of character.
Yeah, I don't cry
now
IRL.
A horse movie.
I have a niche market.
I'm convinced though Victor has the worst taste in movies, so. But
that's
okay.
subjective.
No, it really isn't. It really isn't. Every single one of your favorite movies I've watched are like objectively terrible.
Oh, hell, what is it?
Yeah, I don't know
cracking?
why it's doing that.
But
you're just so passionate.
But I love that. I love like the genres that I love. Like I love.
Yeah,
like
just
a little bit.
But just acknowledge that
times.
you have terrible taste.
I disagree.
What are you talking about? You can't.
But I think you have terrible taste then.
What?
Because I don't like rom-coms.
Those are my favorite genres.
Yeah, I'm talking about genres.
But I can acknowledge that they're not quality rom-coms.
Oh,
there
no.
are quality rom-coms.
I'm willing to sit behind this screen and say Man from U.N.C.L.E. is the greatest movie of all time.
No.
Yes.
False. But there's subjectivity and there's objectivity.
No, Man from U.N.C.L.E. is amazing.
No, I watched it. Not.
Yeah,
Same with the other one, the Kingsman.
The first one.
No.
Yes.
Like objectively,
yes.
it was not a good film, and of course,
Disagree.
my holiday Christmas movie, they're terrible.
Mm-hmm.
I watch them. No, I don't enjoy them. I cringe the entire time.
Those two.
But Sound of Music. That's
okay, yeah.
an objectively good film. No,
yes.
Someone can say it's not their style, but you cannot argue objectively it's not a good film.
That's true.
That's what I'm talking about.
No,
but anyways, your horse thing.
Yeah,
not a fan. Didn't enjoy that, but that was hilarious.
You know what, we're gonna have a movie night. We're gonna have Shrek, and then National Velvet. Okay.
Okay, I think it's only fair. Like an eye for eye, an eye for an eye.
We're gonna we should live stream it. Make a live stream event.
Join us while we watch Shrek and National
Velvet.
Yo, I might cry. I'm pretty sure every movie. Yeah, no, like cry of boredom.
Wait, we should read the synopsis. Because I don't even remember what it's about. Let's read it. Give you a little taste.
Yeah, so make me feel pain before I watch it? Like...
1994. National Velvet is the story of a 12-year-old horse-crazy girl.
You!
Velvet Brown, who lives in the small town of Swells in Sussex, England. She wins a spirited gelding in a raffle and decides to train him for the Grand National Steeplechase.
No, don't finish.
Velvet is aided by a penniless young drifter named My Taylor, who discovered Miss. Doesn't that sound Mrs.? Doesn't that?
There's no plot. I don't get the plot. There's no plot.
I know, but that was just that wasn't the plot. That was the Wikipedia. Where's
Actually, has good ratings.
Yeah.
So it could be.
Isn't Elizabeth Taylor a really good actor?
Oh, I think so. Yeah. Same with what's her name? Doris Day. She has really good films.
I've heard the name.
Those movies are good. Those rom-coms are really good. I can show you them.
The old movies are really good.
It's because when they do rom-coms, they don't do rom-coms. It's like they do have another plot. Just so happens there's a little romance going on, you know? It's always good.
That I can handle. When Velvet Brown, an Anique-loving, tolerable...
Equine! Why can't you...
Health girl living in rural Sussex becomes the owner of a rambunctious horse. My god, I'm getting flashbacks.
Taylor, I'm the rambunctious horse.
She decides to train it for England's Grand National race. Aided by former jockey My Taylor and encouraged by her family, the determined Velvet gets her steed, affectionately called the Pie, ready for the big day. However, last-minute problem arises with the jockey, and an unexpected rider must step in as a replacement. I'm
actually down to watch the movie. Sounds good.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not gonna cry.
You don't know.
I will bet money.
I know.
I won't cry.
Yeah, that's fair, but...
You got me there. I got you there.
Sorry. So if anyone's seen National Velvet, what do you think?
Well, no, or if you haven't, join us. We'll let you guys know when we're going live.
I think we'll go live on Twitch. Big event.
Big event.
Just watching National Velvet. And Shrek.
Yeah.
Two great films.
Well, Shrek probably won't be as good because it's kind of... It's Shrek 2! Is the one I want you to see, but I can't allow it.
That's the one I remember I have seen. But
yeah, I can't allow you watching Shrek 2
Or maybe I haven't seen it,
1.
and it's just the Game Boy game that I know the whole plot.
You're crazy. But speaking of terrible movies, guys, Enola Holmes. It wasn't terrible. Okay, yeah. The filming was
off,
was
personally
which threw it off for everything.
But yeah, it was you just say what you were going to. But it was not what I expected at all. Like I expected it because I watched a lot of interviews for it. I was like really excited to see it because I'm a sucker for period pieces, as we know. So like this was right up my alley, and I was like, this is gonna be like something I really enjoy. But I don't know the way, I don't know the film stuff to explain it, but like the way it was filmed, like the filter on it, like the color, it looked so CGI'd, which I don't even think it was, but it just looked so CGI'd.
It all just looked very manicured, and it was too bright. Like you picture the back in the day to be much like not darker per se, but just not like an Instagram picture that everything's picture perfect and the scene like and it
literally reminded me of and they had like such a great cast too. Like those three actors, Henry Cavill. His name Henry Cavill. Oh, I don't know the other guy's name, but he was he was Finnick Odair. Sam Claflin. Is that his name? I have a feeling that's his name.
Maybe. I think so. I think Sam is his first name.
And Millie Bobby Brown. So such a great cast. And Helen Bonham Carter as well. I butchered like every single one of their names, but like you get the gist. So like such a great cast. So again, maybe it's just that I had such high expectations going into it that I was so severely let down. It literally like I'm not saying their acting was good, but it just
there were some scenes that I couldn't tell if it was bad writing or bad acting. A lot of scenes bad writing. Yeah. A lot of scenes, but some
it felt like it was 2020 and they were pretending to be from 19 whatever.
Like you were watching like a YouTube video of people pretending to be back in the day.
It didn't feel like there's so many period movies that you feel like it was filmed in the time and you feel like totally there.
Yeah.
But
but the funniest part was the opening was like Millie Bobby Brown riding on a bike like in a green field, and it was like so green that I was like, this literally reminds me of like all those like PBS shows where it's like some guy from England going into Ireland riding on his bike to go check out the local villages and figure out what their lives are like, and he dresses up and it's like the olden day stuff, so like they pretend like that was exactly what it was. The second I said it, Victor's like so true. I was like,
you nailed it. It's like when they're telling you about like the town they're visiting, like all the monuments, like the historical places, and
because the way because like Millie Bobby Brown would talk to us at
that
points,
was weird.
I did not really enjoy that. I don't think whenever people do that, I don't think it's well done.
Yeah, it just
like nothing against Millie Bobby Brown. I'm sure it wasn't her idea to do that, but it's still, it's just like, it wasn't
Yeah, I think that's
done,
what
and it
added to
shouldn't.
like my point of it being in 2020.
Yeah.
That it made it like, why is she talking to us?
Yeah.
I don't want to talk to Millie Bobby. No offense, Millie Bobby. I just
really,
don't want to talk to you.
it really dragged you out of the story. Like, so it's like you're like kind of into it, and then like she starts talking, and you're like,
I was like, what?
that's not
Girl.
it. But I think my favorite part is I called it.
Yeah. Spoiler.
Spoiler.
If you haven't watched this, log
so
off. But
we'll let you know when we're done. So I'll make a high pitched noise in a in a minute or two when we're done. So if you want to watch Enola Holmes and don't want a spoiler,
leave.
probably Melanie.
Right now,
Melanie said she wanted to watch it. So Melanie, if you're listening to this and haven't watched it, I'll make a high pitched noise for you so you can skip ahead, okay? But anyways. So I think it was like maybe an hour. So yeah, halfway through the film, because it was a 2-hour film. So halfway through, Enola was talking to the grandmother. If you watch the film, whatever. She's like, the grandmother's a kid that's missing, and they're trying to find him. So Enola goes and she's talking with the grandmother, and then she's like, oh, like, talking about how much she loves him, and I was like, oh, she's the one who's trying to murder him.
And then you're like, no way, like, no way. Like,
literally,
I didn't even cross my mind.
No, I didn't even take it seriously. She was like, I thought you were kidding. Like, I thought you were just saying in the moment. I was like, nah, it was the grandmother.
And it was.
And then it was, literally, and, like, it's funny because they twisted it to, like, make it look like it was the uncle.
Mm-hmm.
And then for a second, I was like, oh, okay. I was like, it felt weird that they did that because I was kind of like, they barely showed him.
Mm-hmm.
But then, lo and behold, the big plot twist, because they thought the plot twist was the uncle, big plot twist, it was a grandmother, and I was like, boom, bang, pow, got him. I'm really good at calling things. It's kind of scary.
I'm actually scared of her.
Yeah, like, it's really hard to stump me, and, like, not like I'm like, oh, it's really hard to stump me. It's just, like, it's getting to a point where maybe I just seen so many films, or I see so many things, I'm, like, waiting for, like, I want to catch these things, so I think that's why.
You're like a film buff.
Yeah.
As they say. I'm not, so...
There's only so many plot twists and turns, but I just love the fact that, like, and it was funny because I was like, oh, the grandmother did it because nobody talks about their kid like that. Like, it was just, like, so, it felt very, like, I think she said, she was like, oh, please bring him home, like, I love him so much, like, blah, blah, blah. And it's kind of like, girl, you know, if you're looking for him, we know you love him. And then it was her, and I was like, get wrecked.
Also, like, a lot of the storyline just didn't really make sense, but...
I think just my favorite part, though, there was one scene at the end, so it was like,
so weird.
So it was like Enola, oh wait, okay, Melanie, you can listen now.
No, we're still spoiling it.
That was a big spoiler.
Okay,
fine, just in case, I'll make another one later. There's another scene where it was like, the young girl, so Millie Bobby Brown, and then the young boy, like, obviously fall in love during the movie.
Which also made no sense because they just met.
It was very
they
strange.
like rushed that. It was a 2-hour movie, but they rushed their like love scene in like 2 minutes.
But then, like, at the end, it was, so they were like through a fence or whatever, and then she was leaving, so then he like kisses her hand, right, like that, through the fence, and then so pretend my hand was kissed. She literally, there's a scene where they film on her, and she was like, and I was like, what? Like, do you need a minute? Like, and then. So we thought that was bad. We were dying of laughter. And then the next scene was him. So the guy who kissed her hand, he shed a single tear. Guys, why was he crying? There's no reason that he should have shed a tear. It made no sense.
Like, he's gonna see, like, she's not disappearing off the globe.
Yeah.
Like,
or maybe she was. Maybe we missed that.
Maybe we missed.
But either way, why are you crying?
Yeah, and like just one single tear. It was so weird. But, like, I think I love that. It's, like, whenever, like, me, you, and Nadia, we watch movies together, like, that movie was not a comedy, but we were, like, dying of laughter, like, for 40% of it. Like, we make it, like, the commentary and, like, just, like, the jokes, the inside jokes that you make, or, like, when, like, little things like that happen,
literally.
And we all
we had to refresh,
so
and we were just crying. Like, I'm literally sure that Nadia's parents thought we were watching a comedy.
Yeah.
Like, but the thing is with that's so true. I think I'm, like, a big culprit of that. I'm someone who, like, I add commentary to make things funny. Mm-hmm. Because me and Nadia would be, so it was around, I think, 2018. So around the time of Lady Bird. Mm-hmm. So that came out. So Saoirse Ronan, yeah, that's her last name. Mm-hmm. She was, like, a big, she was, like, the in celebrity at that time. So then me and Nadia were like, oh, like, I realized I hadn't seen her in a long time. She was living downtown, and I was like, do you want to see a movie? And she's like, yeah, honestly, let's do it. And then she was like, oh, what do you want? And I was like, oh, like, let's go with The Seagull because Saoirse Ronan's in it. Like,
yeah,
she's a good actress. I kid you not, first of all, we get in that movie theater, and it's literally only one man in there other than us. So it's me and Nadia, and then a man in the far back where we sat in the middle. We were like, okay, we're chilling. I kid you not. I could not tell you a single thing about this movie, except for one part where a guy was like, if you don't love me, bring me a dead seagull to my feet. And me and Nadia were losing it. So the entire time, this film felt like it was 4 hours long. Like, my memory is 4 hours long.
Mm-hmm.
Because we were just and we were just making fun of, and like the guy, like when the guy was there, we were respectful, we were quiet, but this man left, I think, like 20 minutes in. So then after that, it was just me and Nadia. Like, there's absolutely no one else in this movie theater. No one else came in. It was just me and her. We could have easily left too and probably went to another movie because like the way it was like set up. Mm-hmm. And like we paid for a movie, so it's kind of like, okay, it's not the biggest deal if we go to a different one instead of watching this one. But the funniest thing, we just sat there the entire time, just cracking up, just making jokes. It was actually like it's such a good. The thing is, just like, I love the fact that we didn't let it upset us that it was a bad movie.
Yeah,
because there's nothing worse than like watching a movie with someone and then you never, like, they're not enjoying themselves and it makes you not enjoy yourself, and then it's like, it's just like a weird aura going on. But then, like, you know, it's like it was such a bad movie that like we were like, the acting was actually really good and like the writing was good. It was just, it made no sense. It was so hard to follow. They would randomly throw a Russian in and we were like, hello. We didn't know, like, I'm pretty sure this didn't take place in Russia. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. I could not tell you a single character's name. All I remember is the seagull, and like for some reason I remembered, like, I was like, there's something like with a bird. There's like something like that. And then Nadia looked up the title, and she could not believe that Saoirse Ronan was in it. So like clearly this movie was not memorable, literally. But yeah, so it was actually a fun time. But same with this movie. Like, the movie wasn't the greatest. Like, if we just sat there in silence watching it,
yeah,
I probably would have been like, hey, that was
I probably would have left halfway if I was watching on my own, not gonna lie.
Like, I would have probably immediately after the opening scene. Like, just the, like, it was not...
You have to watch it, and like, just like the infomercial kind of, like, what Roxanne said and what reminds her of, it's just so accurate. Like, I can't get over that.
Literally, it's crazy. And it was like that, and like there's so many instances that it did. Like, the first like 20 minutes was it, and then like sometimes at the end, it like,
she's gonna tell us about England's national dish in a second.
And then like she went to the train station. I was like, literally, she's like hopping on a train to show up, and like we're gonna sit on the thing. Like, it was hilarious.
Yeah, you know, movie theaters are such like they're a big part of our friendship. Like, that was one thing we did a lot. Like, go to movies back in the day.
You went to movies a lot with people. It was during the summer.
The only ones I remember are with you.
Games. 4 Hunger Games.
The only ones I can remember when I went with you was because you make it a good time.
What can I see?
That's why I'm
literally like taking how we went to see Narnia, the last one, and we were having the time of our lives.
I watched it back, not that funny movie, but
it's always, and like I'll always whisper things to her, and like whenever we go to the movies together, we sit next to each other because I don't know how other people react. Mm-hmm. It's totally fair if people don't like my commentary.
Yeah.
Like I try to gauge what people feel, like how much they like my commentary. Mm-hmm. But like, just the stuff I add is like, it's never like commentary to be like, oh my gosh, like look at that, oh my gosh. It's literally like, like me and you know, and then it's like me and Victory die of laughter.
It's very rare that I find a movie good, so like this is good commentary. Yeah. I need that, you know.
Literally, it adds to. I make it add to the movie, you know. Exactly. I don't make it take away from the movie.
Exactly. But you know, at least all the movies that I haven't been to with you, I've hated. So.
You're welcome.
No, what was it? I remember them on. I'm gonna say it here just so I have it in record. But like the worst movies of all time is Lucy. I just remember hating it with a passion. I've literally blocked out my memory, so I can't tell you what it's about. But I just remember being awful, and also I think it's called The Gift. 2 of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. So I just remember that. I need to say it so I don't ever forget.
I didn't see those.
Good, keep it that way. Trust me. I don't remember why. But
I could have made it funny.
I don't know. They were just awful.
Guys, we should do that movie experience with Roxanne and Victory. Yeah. So you guys know what I'm into.
And then Roxanne making comments.
Literally.
If there's a horse, stay tuned.
We have to make it happen.
No, yeah, literally. But yeah, I don't know. Who knows if movie theaters are ever gonna open again?
They are.
Well, no, they're not.
Yeah, they are.
No.
They opened.
Well, they're closed again.
Oh, okay. That follows.
Yeah.
But they were open up for.
Yeah, but like, who's gonna go sit in a room?
Yeah, I know.
Like with the COVID just circulating in one room, no, sir.
Yeah.
But yeah, who knows? Because like, I feel like they weren't really making money. Like, it wasn't an industry that made like a ton of money to begin with. So will they survive?
I feel like they definitely used to make a ton of money, but I think with Netflix and everything online,
but then it was dying like right before COVID, and now COVID hit. So like, will they survive?
Yeah, it's gonna be weird.
I don't know.
But they made a ton of money just off the popcorn.
Yeah.
Like, off the movie,
well,
not really.
They rig you off.
Yeah.
Freaking $7 popcorn.
Exactly.
$4 water.
That I bought every single time, the popcorn, not
and
the
then
water.
I didn't buy every single time.
Yeah.
I didn't like it, but I ate half her bag.
Yeah, so I'd always have to buy a large. You know, I could eat like a medium with like leftovers later in the night. I kid you not. This girl, I had to buy larges because she was just snicks out. I don't mind, but I was just like, you wanna get some? Ew, I hate popcorn. And then literally like halfway through the movie, it's like. Yeah.
It's because I'm one of those people. If it's in front of me, I'll eat it. Like it's such
funny.
A bad
It was in front
habit.
of me.
Well,
and
whatever. You know, if it's in my square, like I'll eat it. Like that's why I literally tell my mom every time she goes grocery, I'm like, do not buy chocolate, do not buy candy, do not buy cookies, don't buy it. Because if it's in my house, I'll eat it, and that's a fact.
And that's a fact.
Oh, one thing before we wrap it up, or get close to wrapping it up. But update on my sensitivity area. So I went to not that no one was paying attention, my tooth.
Oh.
But I went to the dentist yesterday, and then whatever, she fixed some stuff, and she's like, "Okay, now you just gotta lay off, the cold stuff for a week. Give it some time to heal. Like stay, like no more ice cream." And I was like, the only cold thing, little does she know that I only drink my water at -15 degrees. That's the only cold thing.
You eat ice cream?
Not off. Like, I haven't had it forever. Because we don't have... Well, whenever the last time I went to dancing. And
yeah, that's what I was about to say. I was like...
But, then buy ice cream the last 2 times. But, like, I was like, how am I going to survive without drinking my cold water?
Awful.
That's such an irrelevant story, but...
I don't know how you would do it.
I love cold water too much. So...
Yeah, warm water, awful. Yeah, Nadia, if you're listening, that's a direct hit.
And to the other 56% of people who voted. That they like.
That's crazy talk. I can't believe it.
I know.
I can't believe it. Oh, you guys want to hear a funny story? Did I mention last time how, like, whenever, like, someone who followed us DM'd us?
Yes.
But anyways, so I didn't mention the fact that what was really running through my mind. So, like, I think, because the person messaged, and they were like, oh, can I give you a vid idea? And for some reason, I don't think the things running through my mind is the things of a normal person.
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember they wouldn't even think about it until they responded. But me, I was like, watch them be like, stop making videos. Like that was like that, or like be like, listen, I think you guys are horrible. I don't know why. But my entire being was like, could you? And I started laughing because I was like, that would be hilarious if someone like they took time out of their life to be like, to send me a hate mail, like be like, you want a video idea? Yeah. Mm-hmm. How about you guys stop being idiots? Like something like that. Yeah. It's just that's just the things running through my mind.
I can't keep it that way.
I can't see that. This
is
why I'm so
ignore
funny.
Our 3 dislikes.
No, not in a bad way. It just made me laugh so. Like the fact that it made me laugh was the weirdest part. It's like same with like bad films. It's like certain things happen and I like say it and it's like, girl, what are you doing? I couldn't tell you what I'm doing. I don't do much. Put things in my head.
They do lots.
Run around. They do lots. What can I say?
But yeah, guys. It's a sweet episode. I'm bringing that
just
back.
The way you leaned back, stared into my eyes. I was like,
I feel like this jacket kind of helps that.
That was a sweet episode.
Fits my creepy vibe for today.
Oh my gosh. Every time she says something like that's a little concerning. Like, it kind of throws me off for a second there.
Yeah, I don't know what goes on in my head. Not a lot, but a lot, That makes sense? That makes perfect sense, doesn't it?
No, it's either not a lot
No,
or
it's
a
both
lot.
at the same time. Trust me.
That was funny. One time when he comes into my room and he was like trying to say something, but then I like said something because he was like hitting whenever he comes into my room, he always like hits my dresser, and I was like, stop hitting my dresser, and then he was like, oh, I only know in Ukrainian. Oh my gosh, I don't know in English. And you interrupted my thought, and it just the way he said it. I don't know why, but the way he looked, like his face when he was like trying to like think about it again, it made it seem like it was like his one and only thought he's ever had, and I was like dying of laughter. And he was like, I'm so confused why you're laughing right now, and I was like, I found it so funny. Another time he said something and he was like, oh, I'm pretty funny, and I was like, yeah, you're pretty stupid, and I found that the funniest thing. Like myself, I was just dying of laughter, and he's like, he found it funny that I found it so funny, because he was like, what is that? So, thanks guys.
What a great way to end the podcast off, guys. See you next week. And remember, kids, don't do too much.